let's get this set up. We should be good to go from here. Um, okay, I think we're pretty much good to go. All right. So this is gonna be not. This is gonna be a relatively quick one. I'm gonna be streaming all day, but I need to take breaks because again, it's like 100 degrees out for the next couple of days. So I'm gonna get carry on where I was at last time, yesterday actually, and go on from there. I'll take a break. I'll work on something outside of stream because I have to start working on the Goldenson thing. And I think we should be good to go from there. So this whole entire day I will be streaming, but I will be taking extended breaks because I'm not trying to die of a heat cat. Okay. Where were we? I think we just finished up on the introduction yesterday. Where I stopped. Okay. Let's see. Let me just bring up my notes. We talked about. Oh yeah, yeah. So we were cross-referencing alters. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Let's carry on. Okay. In Fate, alter characters are corrupted alternate versions of corrupted alternate versions, often dark, then born. Hmm. I gotta. Yeah, often dark, born more from interference or the machinations of the Holy Grail. Okay. Um. All right. So I just gotta make sure. Hmm. Because this is gonna get annoying super fast, so I have to make sure we're just gonna be referring to him as Tohno. Understand? No, this is fine right here. But I'm not gonna be just go doing Shiki Tohno, Shiki Nanaya over and over and over because that's gonna get so redundant, so super fast. Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, so I have to mention all the way up there that we're gonna be referencing Shiki Tohno just as Tohno and Shiki Nanaya as Nanaya. Again, that's gonna get so annoying super fast. What the fuck? Interesting. Which is funny because he's perfectly fine in the situation he's in right now. He's just chilling. Okay, so should I? Okay, we'll use fragrant order as a cross reference again. So honestly, I was playing fragrant order yesterday, so actually this was actually convenient that I saw this. Reverse to an what's it? I'll head back after this. I'll head back into there and get the statement verbatim. Okay, we don't need to go into extreme detail about it. We can just pretty much mention that the majority of these characters are pretty much unstable and conflicted, using Salter. Well, more so Jolter than Salter. Salter is she's her. Okay. Well, this. Yes. Okay, so I gotta mention this all the way up. Okay. That's fine. Because again, that's gonna get confusing so fast for people. Just like in that Ryogi video. Ugh, God. And in Ryogi's video, it's a little bit different because we would just call um, Ryogi Shiki just Ryogi. But when it comes to the male persona, it's like just all capitalized. So it's like can't really you can't say all caps Shiki. That'd be very stupid. Okay, where was I going with this? Hmm. It's classified. I can fix that later. It's not. can't even say it's for. We can't even say it's for the greater good. Like a lot of characters in Tight Moon, they're the victims of circumstance. A lot of them actually are. The majority of them are actually. Using the main characters as an example, Tohno, especially Tohno, um, Shiro, Shion, yeah, they're all victims of circumstance at the end of the day. Um, no, 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 no. Whose whose personality was overrated? Whose mind was actually had to fill out this one. I'll get into this one later. Okay, so that's fine. So let me actually just read this over. So when does this say, right? In everyday language, alter ego evokes the image of a hidden self, perhaps a darker twin, a secret personality, or a mask we wear to survive the world. In clerical terms, it speaks of dissociation, identity fragmentation, and trauma. But in the Nasuverse, the phrase takes on a far more existential weight. Here, alter egos are not mere metaphors or disguises. They are manifestations of rejection, infernal war, and self-erasure. They are the true people buried. To understand the complex relationship between Tohno and Nanaya, we must first draw a crucial distinction. Excuse me. In the Fate, yikes. In Fate, alter characters are corrupted alternate versions, often darker, born from interference or the machinations of the Holy Grail. But Nanaya is not an alter. He is not a corrupt Tohno. He is him, just the version that was never allowed to live. A Type Moon alter ego, as classified in Fate and Order, refers to an existence that houses multiple personalities or fragmented selves. These beings are often unstable, caught between conflicting identities or fused consciousness. In regards to Tohno, it becomes more of a tragic aspect. This is why we proofread. It becomes more of a tragic aspect. A boy whose personality was overridden, whose mind was fragmented due to circumstances, and whose survival required forgetting who he truly was. Eesh. Later. Again, this is definitely why we proofread. Who he truly was. Okay. Again, we're not going to be streaming that long because it's already the temperature's already getting up there. I am not trying to heat cat. Because unfortunately here, when you're in the military, when you have a heat exhaustion or heat stroke or all that fun stuff, it's not a fun experience because they have to probe you, and I'm not trying to get probed. Fuck no. We already have a few heat cats like this week. It's my duty station is in the desert, so we're pretty fucked. Okay. So I was sleeping on this last night. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cross-reference Acadenza, just because characters in Acadenza were more unhinged, and it feels like in Actress Again they were kind of toned down a little bit. So we'll definitely be just using Acadenza, maybe Acadenza. We'll use Acadenza as a point of reference for a lot of dialogue because again, Actress again did kind of feel watered down a bit. Okay, I thought so. And a lot of people do forget this. Like he is legit the original. Like if the shenanigans didn't happen, Tohno would have just became this guy. Whoops. Typos. It's fine. What do we need to put this in quotations? So we're gonna be doing a lot of cross referencing here. So we're gonna cross reference my other video on masks in regards to Rosa Ushidamiya because she's like the queen of masks. So for people that don't know, um, usually when it regards to traumatic events, you begin having dissociated identity or complex trauma-based fragmentation in your mind, and that's the case for Rosa. So we're gonna be referencing that a lot. That's why Paige's having an old fighting game buddy who became a psychologist. I can go to him for referencing stuff. And I do my own extensive research on him too, because I love working on the mind. Hmm. Psychological standpoint. It's mental fragmentation based off trauma. So in a sense, it's like this: the human mind is a pretty fragile thing. So it can easily be broken. It can easily be manipulated. So if you ever had a traumatic event, your body or brain, for example, doesn't want to remember that traumatic event because it caused it pain. For like phantom pain, for example, let's just say you lose a limb, you'll always remember like the pain of losing that limb. Like your body never forgets. For example, you break a leg. I'll use me as an example. I broke my right leg when I was younger. So if I ever see anybody get injured on their leg, I get I get like shocks in my leg because my body never forgot the pain. So in regards to like mental trauma, your brain does not want to remember that mental trauma. Like it does not. So it'll do whatever it can in order to repress those memories, which in turn is a coping device. Like honestly, whenever I see someone like someone get their injured on their leg, I'm like, oh my god, here it comes. Here comes the phantom pain. So hmm, we'll use children. Yeah, we'll use children as an example here. So children. Uh, we'll use children that have been involved in violent situations. And again, this is the swipe of Rosa Ushidamiya that I mentioned a couple weeks ago, because she is indeed the Queen of Masks. No, we'll use just the brain overall. How long have I been streaming this for? Time just flies so fast when I'm doing these. Okay. Okay. So, here we go. As we know, that in his case, that does not work a lot. As we see with Arquade, as we see with Nero, like things just happen. Hmm. It's this repression in a sense. So, when I don't, even on my day off, I'm still working. You gotta love it. What's the best way to describe that sequence? It's not even a matter of killing her. It's like, dude, you just chopped her up into 17 pieces. Like, holy shit. You kind of went a little bit overboard there. And as a result, she was pretty pissed off about it. He did immobilize her. He definitely did. He was gonna kill her. He was that was the plan, kill her. And in a sense, kinda did it. But did it at the same time because she didn't die. She was able to she was just immobilized. She was able to painfully put herself back together again, got super salty as a result. Peace of mind and so my head don't hurt. I'm just gonna write narrow. I'm not even gonna write the proper spelling. Like, we're not doing this shit today. Hell no. This is again one of the most bullshit ass plot devices imaginable. Yo, you killed all those creatures. You killed all Nero's beasts. Nadia, please. Go on to detail. I'm gonna fix this sentence because it's becoming a very it's becoming a run on. Okay, hold on. For example, when Tohno noticed earthquake in the city streets, his instincts immediately noticed that she was an unnatural entity. Fuck it, we'll just make that a couple sentences. There we go. Word. And if you really want to be cute about it, he's okay. If you really, really want to be cute about it, Shiki Nanaya is still pretty powerful. Like he's still extremely skilled. But when he takes over Shiki, he has Mystic Eyes of depth perception. So that's just oh my god, that's just overpowered. Because Shiki Nanaya does not have Mystic Eyes of depth perception. He shouldn't. He definitely should not have it. It's actually interesting. Yeah, he should not have it. Yep. Lots of questions there, but we won't even get into that. We're not doing wonky ass theories today. But yeah, we'll just go off the notion that Shiki Nanaya is, in a sense, kind of neutered, but not neutered at the same time. But yeah, like when he takes over Tohno, like it's fair. It's like what the fuck? God damn, how busted are you right now, dude? I'm not gonna read this all over again. That's fine. Because as I mentioned before, he's a very funny character just because you technically can't kill him because he's part of Tohno's subconscious. He's legitimately just chilling there. Sure, you might be able to kill off the Tatsuri version of Nanaya. Like, all right, cool, you killed him. All right, what about the other one? The other one that's actually just in Tohno's dome. Like, he's always going to be there. You can't kill him unless you effectively kill Shiki. Well, Tohno. So it's like, oh, okay. Damn, I'm out. The methods of my death were greatly exaggerated. I'm still here, guys. That is that type of situation. You can't effectively kill the guy unless you kill Tohno. And he's not going to let that happen. Sort of. Acadence is a very weird game because he's perfectly fine with being in the situation he's in. Like, he's just enjoying the life of a dead person. And he's kind of ticked off that somebody would bring him, like, out into, like, flesh. I like that. All right, so let's read this. God damn, that's a long ass. Please tell me this is not the intro. It's not the intro. Oh, thank God, it's not the intro. In everyday language, alter ego evokes the image of a hidden self, perhaps a darker twin, a secret personality, or a mask we wear to survive the world. In clerical terms, it speaks of dissociation, identity fragmentation, and trauma. But in the Nasuverse, this phrase takes a far more existential weight. Here, alter egos are not mere metaphors or disguise. They are manifestations of rejection, infernal war, and self-erasure. They are the truth people. They are the truth that people bury. To understand the complex relationship between Tohno and Nanaya, we must first draw a crucial distinction. In Fate, alter characters are corrupted alternate versions, often darker, born from interference with the machinations of the Holy Grail. But Nanaya is not an alter. He is not a corrupted Tohno. He is him, just the version that was never allowed to live. Uh, well, I'll go back to FGO later just to fact check. A type moon altar, as classified in Fate Grand Order, refers to an existence that houses multiple personalities or fragmented selves. These beings are often unstable, caught between conflicting identities or fused consciousness. In regards to Tohno, it becomes more of a tragic aspect. A boy whose personality was overwritten, whose mind was fragmented due to circumstances, and whose survival required forgetting who he was. Nanya isn't another. Isn't another. No. Isn't. You gotta be careful with that one. You really have to be careful with this sentence right here. Nanya isn't another. Another. I'm gonna change that. He is the suppressed origin, a self that was buried deep within a boy who suffered through numerous traumatic events. From a psychological standpoint, this resembles dissociated identity or complex trauma based on complex trauma-based fragmentation. Children raised in violence or isolation often create roles to cope, personalities that carry pain so the conscious self can function. The brain, in a sense, activates a defense mechanism that helps the individual not to remember the pain from trauma. Always proofread, people. Tohno is a textbook example. The kind boy, the polite student, the safe persona that keeps the Nanaya instincts in check. But the repression can't last forever. Under threat or moments of existential collapse, that identity surges forth as a survival mechanism. For example, when Tohno noticed Arcade in the city streets, his instincts immediately noticed that she was an unnatural entity. Nanaya took over and successfully immobilized her by cutting her up into pieces, forcing her to take a lengthy, albeit painful, recovery process. He was pretty pissed off, extremely pissed off. He's kind of lucky that she took the time to actually get curious about who the hell just like damaged her like this, because it just completely caught her off guard. And again, it's like you're having Nanaya take over when you have Mystic Eyes of Death Perception. Holy shit! Another example is when Tohno fought Nero. He was put in a position in which he was going to lose the encounter. In order to fully kill Nero, all his beasts need to be destroyed. Nanaya took over and easily killed all the beasts effectively, killing Nero. So when we speak of Nanaya, we're not conjuring a villain or a corrupted virgin. We're looking directly at the heart of Tohno, at the part of him that remembers the bloodline, the death, the inescapable truth. And the tragedy is not that Nanaya appears. The tragedy is that he's always there. Because again, you can't effectively kill the guy unless you kill Tohno. He's always just going to be just there. Okay, so we're going to take a break. We can actually start moving on into the backstory of the massacre and proceed from there. Again, we have to take lengthy breaks because 100 degrees and I'm not trying to die from heat cat. So I will see people in a little bit. We out. Take care.